much. I have a couple things to say. Hopefully I can move it along so we can all enjoy the day. But, you know, I always thought I was a decent recruiter and a decent coach and everything until I listened to Rick talk today. And knowing that I used to go up to Flint all the time to see him, okay, to recruit him. And you know the love he has for Michigan? Well, the thing I would hear is his dad, Dick, who is a super guy. Nancy, his mother, is super as well. And they would call me and they'd say, hey, he's thinking about this, he's thinking about that. He'd come back one time and told everybody he was going to Arizona. And that's why when you heard him say the remark about it, I told him he wasn't that good a baseball player. That's about when I told him that. But his dad would get nervous, his mom would half start crying, thinking he was going to leave and not be an M-man. And obviously with that family, they turned that around in a hurry. And after all the emotions today and stuff, we could see he was just conning me. He wanted me to come. I brought Andy, my son, to see him play baseball in the summer, okay, and a lot of different things, but that was special. And another thing, why I thought about watching that film, if you get an opportunity, write ESPN, tell them to get a hold of Dr. Lou, give Dr. Lou the question. If you got 8 seconds to go, the clock is running down, the other team's going to kick a field goal, do you want to call timeout? It's like all those guys. And Brandon, you and Frank sounded pretty sharp today. Okay, you were good, but I sit at home at time and look at that stuff, and I worry about it. You know, since I'm not coaching, everybody asks me what I do. I say I'm a fan, and I got a heck of a lot smarter at football. You know, I call plays a lot better today sitting at home than I ever did. And my wife keeps asking me, what are you hollering at the TV for? Well, because see, now I can sit back and I can say, that dummy, why didn't he do this or why didn't he do that? After the play was run, obviously, like we all do. And we can become that kind of a fan. But let me just share a couple things quickly with you. In 1969, January the 10th, I drove up here with a guy by the name of Bo Schembecker. He had me drive from Miami to Ohio. I was assistant there. You talk about an excited guy at 28 years old. I mean, I was out of my mind because I worried for 3 days and 3 nights whether he was going to bring me to Michigan or not. So he said, yeah, he was going to take me. So anyways, we drove up, and as we went, we were rolling along quite well, and we got to Bowling Green. There was a little snow. He says, okay, pull over. Because he always looked at me as his past player, I always thought, and he was going to take over because he didn't trust my driving and all that. But I look back and I think, and some of you will remember it this way, it's that year that Big Joe Namath promised to win the Super Bowl, and he did. And yes, I am been over 40 years ago. But you know, when I look back and I see the team that we inherited, I think of one of Bo's greatest traits as a coach was something that we're all flirting with and talking around about today, and that was leadership. And the one thing that we had is we had enough guys that were on that team to help us start this whole program that eventually, after a 3-2 start, looking a little shaky, okay, I won a game in Minnesota, we started to turn things around. Yes, we went to the Rose Bowl and all those things. The leadership was there. Bo taught you to be a leader. And that was one of his greatest traits. As I look back today and all my experiences in Pro Bowl and everything, the teams that have leadership within the players and the coach are the ones that become very successful. And as I look at his teams and how he led them. And let me tell you one other thing that I think is one of the most beautiful things I've ever been around when I was around Bo. The year that he died, during that season, earlier in the year, and I would be up in the box with him a lot. And one day before the game, and you talk about fan appreciation, and you talk about somebody who looked out there, not individually saw you, but saw a bunch of people. He said, Mo, come here. And you know how it is, that stadium's filling up, Here comes the Victors with the great band, and we all know how great that is. And he grabbed a hold and he said, Mo, is that one beautiful, beautiful picture? And it was something that he knew he helped create, his portrait, as I call it. And you know, he thanked all of you people and said to you how he appreciated that. And those are the little things that we're talking about being an M-man. Hamlet hit it right on the head. Hey, are we talking about winning, or are we talking about being Michigan men? Are we talking about success? Yes, we want success. Okay? But you know, another thing gets me sometimes. You know, everybody says, well, this guy's he's down on this. Hey, I have a lot of guys ask me, they say, you know, I'm old enough and I've got enough gray hair. Hey, coach, what do you think? They all call me coach, you know, as I walk to you. What do you think's going to happen? I said, hey, what do you think's turning? That's what I think too. That's what I think. And I have heard thousands and thousands of people knowing that we're going to turn this thing around, and that's the most important thing.